Guys, and welcome back to this week's budget review. So, for those of you who are new here, I picked the Hemlock and Oak 2023 Daily Planner for my budget planner. Again, I'm absolutely in love with this planner. I have literally no regrets for picking this planner for this year's budget. I've already purchased the 2024 one. And again, like, I have nothing bad to say about this planner. I love it. I love how well it's built, and I love the look of it. And if you want to check their planners out, because I believe they still got some of the 2024 editions available, they come in dailies and weeklies. Feel free to check my link down in the description down below. Again, if this is the type of planner that you are looking for, you will not be disappointed with the quality of their planners. So, with that said, let's get into this week's budget review. I almost said this year's budget review. Oh, we're not going that far. So, they do give you this 2 years at a glance. I use this for my projected payoff dates. You can see that we are on task. We're moving right along here through this year. I seriously can't believe that we are this far into this year, guys. Like, I really want to get this paid off by the end of the year, but, seeing where we are, like, I don't really think it's possible. But then again, I said that for a lot of these up here. So, I mean, you never know. So, one thing that I did do is, since Discover was a lot larger than these guys up here, I did make a Tetris printout just for the Discover count itself. I did separate the types of payments that I make on this card. So, of course, I have my standard, that's my monthly payment. So, those are in orange. Extra payments are in yellow. And, of course, the bonus would have been like if I had spare money in that for that month. If I just made an extra $25 payment, I just made it in gray. And the thing that I love about this is, yes, it does give you a visualization of like how much longer you got to pay this thing off. So that really does help me there, because I apparently seem to be like a visual tracker person. But the thing that, like, I wasn't expecting, but I love that I've figured this out, is the importance of all of the extra payments. Because, like, if I would just be thinking about it, like, because I know I give a standard 100 every month, but I also do an additional 50 every Sunday. And again, like, in your mind, you're thinking like $50 versus 100. The 100's going to make a big difference, but like, as you can see, like, of course, you got 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Those all add up. And so, like, what I'm seeing here is this graph is mostly yellow, where I would have thought that it would have been like oranges and then like random grays with a bunch of yellows. But I mean, it is mainly yellow. So those extra payments that you do make on your cards to pay them off quicker, those are what really makes the difference there. And see, we're looking into 2024, and I mean, guys, there is a light at the end of this tunnel. I never actually thought it was going to be possible to pay this off. Is it taking longer than expected? In one way, yes, but then at the same time, like, I never thought that I would have got this far for this year alone. So, again, I don't know if it's because of the structure of this planner, or I mean, I feel like I've been doing the same thing for years, and for some reason it changed this year. So, I don't know, maybe a more serious planner made me more serious about this. I don't know, I'm not complaining and I'm going with it. So, they move on to this year at a glance page. I love this thing. At first, I had no idea what to do with this, so I just like put in all my paydays. Those are in green. And it seems like the more I built onto it, the more the importance of this page started to show to me. The focus accounts that I have, like, we'd go back to this. So, like, yeah, I was focused on paying off Walmart, then I would have been focused on paying off Kohl's. So I do list those. When I did pay them off, they're in the reds. February was a really good month. Like, I got 2 accounts paid off in February. Birthdays I have in blue. Of course, those taxes I have in that beautiful summer green. Um, Holidays are purple. Money in and out is yellow. And of course, my vehicle expenses are in orange. For I don't know why again, but apparently these are like one of those payment things that like I know I have to pay and I know that they're coming up, but at the same time, like you just kind of forget about them because they're only once a year. This one's every 4 years, so it I don't know. It's like it's not a surprise anymore. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, I've just been staring at this driver's license thing since January, and now I know that it needs done. So we finally made it to the month of where that thing gets paid. Ooh, and we have made it into October. That is correct. So, since I didn't pay off any of these, that's when we get this nice arrow here. I really do miss checking them off, guys, but again, this is a larger account, so I can kind of understand why it's taking forever to pay it off. And of course, I keep track of my credit score. That normally comes out around the middle of the month, so I'll be able to write that in. And again, like October's a busy month, guys. I got my driver's license I have to renew, and of course, I got my birthday. We got Halloween. I'm not skipping that. And yes, I should put in here that my focus card is Discover. And for any of you who ever wondered like what I use to write in this, I just use a regular Sharpie roller. I love these things. Like they write so smooth, and it just, I don't know, I like how it doesn't smear. But that is the pen that I've been using. So there we go. We got our focus card set for October. And okay, so now they give you, which for those of you who haven't seen the planner, they give you a holiday sheet, both Canada and US holidays, because it is a Canadian made planner. And of course, you got your important page. So I thought, like, what's the only thing that's like more important for a budget journey? Definitely a debt payoff journey would be listing all of your debts, knowing how much you actually owe on them. And yeah, in one way, this page is painful because you actually see. Oh, it's joking me. You actually see like what you did. But at the same time, like you really can't make progress on it if you don't know where you're starting at. So, I mean, like I said, I did get a lot paid off for this year. We got the larger accounts coming up, so these are going to be a little bit more difficult. But I do feel like my paying off abilities, skills, whatever you want to call them, they have gotten better since January. So this doesn't actually scare me as much as it did when I first looked at it in January. So for the most part, I did like a snowball method. I listed them off from the smallest account to the largest. The only ones being different would be Best Buy, Discover, and City. They were 0% offer, so that's why they're listed out of order, because this cap account would have been right after Gazelle. In one way, I feel like I should have just did the snowball, and then if I didn't pay off the 0%, then, I would just transfer them, because I feel like that's what's going to happen to Discover. But I don't know, guys. Like, in one way, I feel like I could have got cap paid off for this year as well. And then, like, I'd still be rolling over Discover. But, I mean, hey, I've already started it. And to me, like, with only having October, November, and December, I don't think that's enough to, correct this. So I'm just going to keep going with what I had. Maybe in January, maybe I'll switch it up. Maybe I'll rethink it. Because, again, that's going to be on a different 0% offer. But as for right now, this is the route we're taking. Unless by some miracle I win the lottery or something. Another thing that I do is I count up like how much I paid towards these debts at the end of the month. And I mean, okay, like I pretty much know what happened from March to July. I I was using credit cards instead of not using them at all. So of course, like, you would spend more because you're using the card. Um, so that gave me like less to pay towards my debts. The thing that I'm finding concerning is September, and I don't know if it's because of the $50, because there was like a one less Sunday or something. So that's that 50 I put towards Discover. So I don't know if that's giving me the 800. Like, it would have given me like 810. But at the same time, like, I feel like that's really low. Excuse me, guys. I'm still getting over that cold. But yeah, so I mean, that's something I'm kind of keeping aware of, trying to figure out what happened there. Hopefully, we pick back up in October. But like I said, I do want to get past this level 2 by, the end of the year, because it does make sense, because this is a 2-year debt payoff journey. So, I mean, that would be the first year, that's the second year. And like I said, I actually think this is possible. I wouldn't have thought that back in January. Yes, these wonderful days where I had like 6 or 7 other bills I had to pay. Just ridiculous. So, let's see here. I think we still need to review some of September because it is the first day of October. So again, all I do is I just take all my regular bills. These are the standard bills. They are due on a specific day. They are typically a specific amount. I can't choose how much I pay. I can't choose when I pay. They are what they are. So those are in the first color, which for September was red. Then anything additional that I can pick the amount that I pay, or I can pick the day that I do pay it. This is also including like my savings. Those are in the second color, so those are in green for September. The other thing that I've been doing, which I know a lot of people say, like, why are you saving money if you're trying to pay off credit cards? Because these savings have literally saved my finances. So I do save $5 a day. Again, 30 days in September times 5 is 150. So I just split it up into 2 payments of 75. So that goes into my daily savings account. I am on that no cards challenge. January and February, pretty good. Made it almost through March. It was like the last week. And that's when I did start using them again, because I was like, oh, I'll just use it, when I go through the drive-thru, and then I'll pay on that day, which for the most part I did. But like I said, like, I know you hear it, but you don't actually notice it until you get to see how your spending changes. But you do spend more when you are using a credit card to pay versus your debit card, because your checking account only has so much, and cash. So you will spend less with a debit card in cash versus saying, oh, it's okay, Discover will take care of it. Okay, well, Discover does take care of it. It's just you got to take care of Discover when it's due. So, yeah, I've been doing the no cards challenge. This is really, really good compared to what I've been doing the past month. So see, August was only 2, but you could see like July was like, wow. June's not good at all. May wasn't good. April, I have no words for April. I just lost my mind in April. But yeah, so like March, I was doing really, really good. And then just the last week, which again, I think I was doing too much on my extra payments, so you do want to watch that. But see, February and January, they were amazing. So I'm just trying to find that sweet spot again, and where I don't need to use them, or I don't have the want to use them, I guess is the best way. I did have to purchase a hot water tank, so we do have a 0% offer for that thing. It's not included in my yearly list of debts because it didn't exist. And I mean, I gotta have it paid off by December anyways. So I'm wondering if that's what's taking a chunk out of the money that I would normally put towards my Focus account. Because, I mean, it is a lot, guys. Which, again, if you would have asked me back in January if I was able to pay this much towards a card, I would have told you no. I would have just thought it was the 30 per month. So, again, once you get used to not having those funds in your account and you are paying them down, it does get easier to do your normal everyday spending. I really wish that was going into a savings, but again, I got to get that tank paid off. The Discover card, that's my Focus account, so I do the additional payments. Those are the 50s. Those are on Sundays, and I have the regular Discover payment. That's 100. And since I paid City off, I just used the extra 100 that I used to put towards City. That goes towards Discover now as well. So I believe that gives me about 400. Yeah, it should be 400. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 400 every month. Um, and yeah, I did purchase a hamper off of Amazon. This is another thing that I did kind of learn for this year is yes, I have an Amazon credit card where I get the 5% back on a purchase, but Citi also has this offer of where if you spend X amount of dollars, you could get 0% and you get like 3 or 4 payments to pay this thing off. And it turns out that I would save more on the interest from not having the interest by using Citi than I would have gained from the 5% back in the rewards. So yes, rewards are nice, but you do want to kind of do the quick math on it and see which one's going to give you the most return for your money, I guess, if you are going to purchase that thing. So yeah, he is done. He is paid, which is lovely. So that's one less thing I got to worry about. And I just got to get my ribbon situated because, again, we are going into October. So once you're done with those monthly pages, they give you daily pages because, remember, I got the daily edition, not the weekly. And, again, these are perfect for my budgeting needs. So they have this little focus and intention area up here. I use that just to make like a little theme for the day that's money related where I can kind of journal about it because I am technically an emotional spender. So if things are going well, I'm more into the let's save and let's pay. And if things are not going well, I'm trying to buy my way out of it, I guess. And of course that doesn't work. So that's one thing that I am learning with these little mini journaling things up here. I do list my important task for that day for the budget. So again, I'm writing down a friendly reminder of like, don't use the credit card. If I have any bills due, if I'm making any extra payments, if I want to pay off something. So this would have been that hamper. And of course I have my budget log. And the other thing that I do that I haven't done in a previous budget planner would be the scheduling area. So if I do actually go to a store, or my favorite was back in the beginning, because I used to do a lot of doom scrolling where I would look and shop for items that I don't even need. And I mean, some of it is still hilarious to me. Excuse me again. But yeah, I would write down that, hey, I was on Instagram. I saw this ad, I followed it, and like it hit me like I don't need this. So it's like, okay, why are you looking at this ad? Like, what are you wanting to achieve? And so I would write down like, yeah, Instagram, looked at this item, saved X amount of dollars, which normally it's like 100, 150. And I don't know, it's kind of comical after the fact, like when you realize you're doing it. So yeah, I've pretty much eliminated that style of shopping from, my expenses. So that's one way this scheduling area can help you save money if you use it like that. But yeah, no, we left off last Sunday. I told you I was getting into wreaths. I don't know, this month has been very stressful. I just feel like I need a different release. Like I'm not even getting joy out of working in my planners at this moment. I'm actually feeling like I might be doing that today, so we're picking back up, so this is good. But yeah, no. So I just wanted to work with something with my hands. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna finally learn how to make wreaths. And I already have an Etsy shop, so I was like, you know what? Maybe we'll open up a little Reese shop, and if I could actually put this thing together, which so far we're doing pretty good. I want 5 of them before I open that shop up, but I mean that could be another way of generating income by doing something that calms me down. So yeah, no, uh, I really had one shop. I had to go to Sheets, and of course I don't even think I went. I think I sent Bill, but that was it. Like I just had to go do that, and basically stayed home, and I worked on my wreaths and kind of crafted, and it was nice. It was calming, and it really kept me from spending because I just paid my bills and stayed home and played with crafts, right? So now we move into the work week. So I got Monday, which, like I said, I got that hamper paid off. I wasn't going to do it. And then I was like, no, dude, you got it marked. So we're going to pay it. Made another stop. I ran out of ribbon for the wreath the night before. So, Dollar Tree, it's a lot cheaper. So we did that. Let's see here. Tuesdays are, of course, Taco Tuesdays. And it has been really nice having Ray at work with me. So, I mean, pretty much every week, we don't know if it's his last week at work. So, figured, you know what, we're going to have a Taco Tuesday. Why not? And, might as well make it fun. And, of course, Wednesday is when the drama started again. So done with the work drama. So I'm hoping that it goes away in October. But yeah, no. So I knew that I was starting to get stressed. Again, I'm an emotional spender. So I kind of had Cody go to the store for me so that I wouldn't buy everything in sight. So that did help because it probably would have been like a $25 order. Instead, it was only $6. And I did use cash. And I mean, that's about as exciting as Wednesday got there. Thursday, again, it's picking up. It's like phone calls and phone calls and phone calls and phone calls, and I'm just done with it, guys. And yeah, so you could tell I was stressed because I am making mistakes down here in the log. I almost checked that off twice, but I mean, that's automatic anyways. And of course, we had the Starbucks BOGO deal, but I mean, just basically, like I told you, I want the madness to stop. If they're going to terminate them, just terminate them. Like, don't threaten it and then make us work another week. But then again, like, we do need the additional income, so it is nice that they're not. But again, like, they just need to make up their minds. Are they or aren't they? So yeah, and then we get to Friday, and I mean, I know it sounds funny to most of yous, but I did use the Giant Eagle Gas Perks program, and they changed it halfway through this year. I'm still not used to buying gasoline. It still feels weird to me. I'm used to using my gas points, and so yeah, that could have been $50 that I could have put towards something else. But hey, they changed their program, so now I gotta buy gas. I'm still upset. So, that ends the month of September for us. So I made it to the September review, and I do go back through and I just kind of calculate like how much I made, how much I saved, how much I spent, and how much I paid off. And this is where I get the number that we saw earlier. And like I said, that is about $100 lower than what I would normally do. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. But, because I mean, I went back through, I did pay everybody. So, I don't count this Lowe's Extra because that was a purchase. It was for the tank. So maybe that's the 100. Maybe it's starting to like catch up. I'm not quite sure, guys. But you can see I did go and get more resupplies. I am using my stash funds to cover those. Because like I keep the stash funds. It's like a mini savings account. Basically, like if I want to buy something and have fun, I can make the purchase with those funds and I don't feel guilty about it. It also helps whenever funds are getting really low because you could just be like, oh, got the stash fund, so I can still have fun because I'm not broke. This is again why we put back some savings, even though we're paying off debt. Uh, this one caught me off surprise. I thought that I moved this back to November or December. I didn't. So I did spend like twice as much as what I thought I would for Bert's food. So, I mean, it happened. I can't do nothing about it now. So, I do need to move that back. So that did hurt a little bit. And it's also why I did use the credit card for my groceries yesterday. I tried to keep them as low as possible, but I mean, with that coming out, I'm not willing to take that out of my checking account because I do know that there's October bills. So I do have that marked for my first payday in October, so that does need to be cleared off. And of course, I had that extra Lowe's payment. So that moves us into October, and most of you do know that I do change the colors to make them more seasonally appropriate for the month. So again, we're keeping up with that no cards. Again, I had the two bills due today, and of course my Discover Extra. So I do use I keep back funds for rent. It's called an insurance bonus, but since I have my own insurance, they give me a bonus money in June and December. So I just use that to cover rent for the month, which makes it nice. I mean, that's 500 I don't got to worry about, because if I did, as you can see with how much I got, I'd be screwed. So that's why I save money, guys. Of course, paid off UPMC. And yes, I made that extra additional payment to Discover today with my cleaning funds that I get from Ray. So yeah, that's where we are. Like I said, in one way, it's kind of poopy. Like, September really wasn't the best of months, guys. I had a lot going on, so maybe that's why my payment for the month was lower than normal. But I mean, we're still kicking it. We're still making all the payments, and I guess that's really all that matters. And we have this lovely October bill spread here, and I've pretty much already made sure that I got everything taken care of before next payday. And yeah, so I think this is a good place to leave it off. I can always discuss this in next week's review because I do kind of like to keep these 30 minutes or less. But that's what we got going for us in October, guys. And I just want to close out by saying thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And please remember to hit that like and subscribe button to see more budget reviews.